What other book predates and gives us wisdom to say, hey, you guys are going to go through these atrocities, and it happens hundreds upon thousands of years later? The book of the dead doesn't predict or prophesy that. This is the only book on earth that shows you our history and how we got over here, and it also tells us what we have to do to get out. But you don't want to believe solely in it, and that's where the problem comes in at. We all sin, but is that the end all be all? Now that we understand who we are, now that we're coming back to who God commanded us to be in earth, do we stay in that sin? Read what you got.
The book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 11. Yea, all Israel.
All who?
Israel.
So as you read the Bible from Genesis, the first book, to Revelation, the last book, the Lord is always indicating that he's dealing with one nation of people. And that's who? What name have you been hearing out of the Bible that we've been reading that God has been targeting that audience of people?
The Israelites.
The Israelites, the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. That's the reason why we go through afflictions, and our history look a little bit different than all the other nations' history, especially when you go into the atrocities that has been that we have overcame in society all the years that we've been on this earth. Read what you got.
Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse.
The what?
The curse.
The what?
The curse.
Is curses are a good thing or a bad thing? Huh? It's a bad thing. Guess what? You're looking at the curse right now that God put upon us because we went contrary to the laws and committed sins. Not individually, but collectively as a nation.
So you're saying that God chose these specific set of people to suffer?
Yes. Until we do what? Get that in 1 Kings 8. 1 Kings 8 and chapter 8 and verse 41. Read what you got.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 46.
Because God put these things on us so we can realize and have questions to be like what you just asked. So you mean to tell me God put these curses upon us? Now the next question should be what? Why?
I have a lot of questions. Go ahead.
What? The next question after that question should be why? Read what you got.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verse 46. If they sin against thee.
It says if they sin. Remember, do you remember what sin is?
Yes.
What? Which was what?
Sin means something that's not abiding by God's.
No, let's get it again. Let's get it again, because you weren't here. Did you hear what he read about sin? Okay, we're going to read it for you so you can understand it. Read.
The book of 1 John, chapter 3 and verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresseth also the law.
It says, whosoever committed sin transgressed the law. So God gave us laws. Are you a parent? You got kids? You got younger relatives? Are you a parent? You got younger relatives. So I'm a father. So the things that I set, the order and structure that I set in my household, if my kids don't listen to me, what you think that attribute to? Correction. How? How does correction look? Does it feel and look good? No, it don't. Does that look good?
Bring it out.
So guess what God is simply doing? As a parent, you have to correct your kids and let them know not to play games against what I have commanded you to do. But it's ultimately to wake them up so when they become an adult, guess what? They understand, all right, my father did this. He implemented this in my life for me to do because he experienced things in this area that cost him his life.
Right.
So on and so forth. Read on.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So God says sin is transgression of the laws. Now get me wisdom. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13. Because God created us, right? So we got to understand what was our purpose on earth. God gave us, he created us, and he gave us laws. But we continue to stray away from the laws that God gave us. Just like today, Today, right now, do you know you're going against God's laws?
Come on.
One of his laws concerning today. You don't know? We're going to help you out so you can understand what transgression is, huh?
What is that? What is that law that he's not, that you said he's not
Hold
abiding by?
on. We ain't going to jump points. We're going to get that. That's a good question. We're going to get it, but we're going to read the first thing in regards to when God created us, what he created us on this earth to do. Because today, everybody is doing what they think is fitting to do. Because it pleases them to do so. Read.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
So this is the conclusion of the whole matter in regards to why we even simply exist on earth. Why God even thought to think, hey, I'm going to create this person right here to live on the place called earth today. Read.
Fear God and keep his commandments.
Do what?
Fear God and keep his commandments.
God gave us two simple instructions. Fear him and keep his commandments. Why do you think he started with fear first?
I have no clue.
Because without fear, people would think that they can do whatever they want to do. Henceforth, give me Exodus 20. Henceforth, this is the reason why you posed the question in regards to what I said earlier. We think that we're supposed to be doing all manner of wickedness today on God's Sabbath day. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember.
Why did he tell you? Why did somebody tell you to remember something?
To remember?
Yeah.
It's important. I mean, that's usually the case.
It's important that's usually the case, but why? What's another reason why would somebody tell you to remember? Because eventually down the line, you may do what? You may forget to do it. So God is telling us simply to remember. Read what you got.
Remember the Sabbath day.
Now, out of all the days God told us to remember, why do you think he's isolating the Sabbath day? What did he do on the Sabbath day?
I don't know.
You don't know? But guess what? Every time you say you don't know, guess what we're going to get your answers from? Out of God's word, not man's word. Read what you got. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The book of Genesis, chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished.
God finished the heavens and the earth. Read.
And all the host of them. And on the seventh day.
Oh, no. What day?
On the seventh day.
Read.
God ended his work, which he had made. And he rested.
And he did what?
He rested.
Are all people in a state of rest on today?
Uh-oh.
Friday night to Saturday night, that's God's Sabbath day.
That's right.
And we're supposed to be resting. What are we doing majority on Saturday?
Bring it out.
What is the number one thing that the so-called Blacks, Hispanic, and Native American do on Saturday? Huh? Work? What's another one?
I got my son at the house, so I've got to...
Work is one.
I mean, work and whatever other activities they do outside of work. I mean, I don't
Which is what's the top two things we do? Work and what else? You got work. Come on, you got it.
work. I mean, there's a lot of things.
Just look around. What we got back here? What's this store right here? Huh? What goes on at Walmart?
People shop.
People do what? What goes on? You got CVS. You got the Taco Queso. You got all these places of what? Businesses.
Right.
Because why? They set their business up to thrive off of our sins because it keeps us further into committing transgressions against the laws God gave us.
That's right.
That's the reason why he said rest on this particular day. Read on.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day.
Because you might not understand and know that today is the Sabbath day. We're going to read further down and establish what day God commanded the Sabbath day to be on. Read.
To keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor.
So God gave us 6 days. So he gave us 6 days to do all of our work, like you said. That's one of the main things that we do on God's Sabbath day, which causes us to transgress. Now, we know we're in captivity, so guess what? If you do have a job that works on the Sabbath day, which is Saturday, guess what you need to do? You need to be looking elsewhere for a job that don't require you to transgress the laws of God.
So you're saying don't work on, you said 2 Sabbath days, right? You said Friday, you said what you said, Friday, Saturday? What you
Friday sundown to Saturday sundown.
So you're saying you're not supposed to work on those 2 days in the businesses and
Read
wherever.
it again.
Yes, sir. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 8. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shall thou labor and do all thy work.
But what?
But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
What you shouldn't do.
In it thou shalt not.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not.
You hear that commandment? Thou shalt not do what?
Do any work.
So did I say that? Did he say that? Or is that what we're reading from God's word? Give me Luke 4 and 4.
Is this the Old or New Testament?
Huh?
Which,
We finna get it. I felt that in your spirit. I felt it in your spirit. Read what you got.
The book of Luke, chapter 4 and verse 4. And Jesus answered him, saying.
And who? You know that person? You know that name? Jesus? You believe in him?
Yes.
So what he's saying serve authority over what we think, right? Right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Read.
And Jesus answered him, saying, it is written that man should not live by bread alone, but by every word.
How man shall live?
By every word.
Go back to what we was reading earlier in Exodus. Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 20, verse 8. Remember,
verse 10.
verse 10. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not.
Thou shalt not do what?
Do any work.
So God said that. He said we shall live by every word. So what should we do? What's your name? I never did get your name. Alex, and what's your name, brother? Who? Nick. So Alex and Nick, what did God say? What did we just read that God said? He said live by every word and not by bread alone, right? And then he said in Exodus, we shouldn't work on the Sabbath day. So should we do that or should we not do that? Huh? We shouldn't work. Why?
Because God wants you to keep the in-world stuff and the holy stuff. He wants you to remember what he did.
The reason why is simply because God reverenced that day and he rested. So if we're God's children, what must the children do in regards to the command that the Father set?
Abide by it.
Huh?
Abide by it.
Abide by it. Because who know more? The child, the adolescent, or the father? So when God created the earth, when he put the trees, when he created all the manner of work, then he created man. Then came the woman. Do you think God was wrong in the elements of how he created and made things? Let me ask you something real quick, Alex. Have you ever made a planet before? Do you know all the operations of the solar system? The operations of the air? Can you formulate a tornado? A tsunami? So, who should, give me Isaiah 55. Who should we consider learning from and obeying? Should it be God or man? Because we've obeyed man thus far, right? Where we at in society?
Bring it out.
As the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native American, by us listening to man, because some people say, hey man, we shouldn't listen to a book. We shouldn't read a book. Why y'all reading a book? Man created a book. Well, explain to me, what book have you read that man didn't create?
Bring it out.
But the only difference is this is a spiritual book. This is the only book on the face of the earth you actually have to do what it say do in order to get the wisdom out of it. You can read biology book, the science book, the book of the dead, whatever book you want, and not apply nothing. And you can understand what the book is saying. But this book, if you're not doing what it say, if you're not following the words that it say to follow, live by every word, guess what? There's some things in here that's going to be very confusing to your spirit and your mind, and you're not going to be able to comprehend. So, did that answer your question?
Yeah, kind of.
So what's your next question? You said kind of.
Let's backtrack to what we were talking about. You said he was sinning right now, right? You said something about you're standing here right now. You know you're sinning. or like you said something along those lines of sinning. So what is it that he's necessarily doing by just standing here?
Get that congregation in Leviticus 23. Because you all are simply just out and about, right?
Yeah.
You know, on this particular day, which is God's Sabbath day, he orchestrated us and gave us certain rules and regulations on this day, within this day. So it ain't just about remembering the Sabbath day. That's just the first part of it. Remembering the Sabbath day and not to work on it. We're going to get some more laws to establish what we're supposed to do on this day. Read what you got.
The book of Leviticus chapter 23 verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel.
That's who we're speaking to right now. Alex, you are a children of Israel. You are the children of Israel. My brother back here is the children of Israel. Read what you got.
Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
So the Sabbath is the feast of God. Read.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
You heard what he said? He said you're supposed to read it again. Proclaim it. Read it.
Proclaim to be holy convocation.
God said this day you're supposed to proclaim it to be holy. Meaning your actions is going to determine whether you see fit that this day is God's holy day. Read.
Holy convocation.
A holy what?
Convocation.
What is convocation? Somebody look it up just in case they don't know. What is convocation, Adam?
I don't know.
What about you? What about you, my brother? What's your name?
Ahmed.
Huh?
Ahmed.
Okay. So, we already know what congregation is. But I felt that you would know, so that's why I went head on and told the brothers to look it up for you. Anybody got that definition?
Convocation, right, bro?
Convocation, yes, sir. Read what you got. Convocation.
This is the definition of the word convocation. A large formal assembly of people.
It says a large formal assembly of people. Now read it again out of the Bible.
Speak unto the children of Israel.
So this is a large formal gathering of the people of who, Alex?
Who? Sorry, I was looking up the thing.
So the definition is, read it again. Read what you got.
This is the dictionary, Google Dictionary of the word convocation. A large formal assembly of people.
So it says a large formal assembly of people, right? That's what a congregation is, right? All right, so we got that. Next step, read what God said.
Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocation.
So what is a convocation?
A large formal assembly of people.
A large gathering or a form of people. Now, what people God is talking about? Huh? Holy people. What else? What people is he talking about? What's the name of these people that God is talking about?
What is it, the Israelites?
It's the children of Israel. That's who God is speaking to. He's speaking to you, Alex. So guess what? Today, you're supposed to be gathering in a holy convocation with a large assembly of people. Because guess what? When we leave here, guess where we going? We're going to fulfill this commandment that God gave us.
So when you live here, you're going to heaven or hell?
You said when you leave,
because you said you're going to fulfill. You said
the commandment. We're going to fulfill that commandment by congregating on God's Sabbath day, which was supposed to be proclaimed. That's how we proclaim this is God's holy day. And we're already currently in hell. We're living in hell on earth.
That's right.
But we're trying to perform our works that God said we're supposed to do in order for us to reach heaven on earth, meaning rulership.
Well, I don't think God sent anyone on earth to rule, like, particularly this rule. Because, so you're saying that we're in hell right now, right? Like on earth, right?
Say that again.
You're saying that we're living in hell right now on earth, right?
Right, correct, according to the Bible. Get that in Isaiah.
You're saying that we should be gathering together to rule over.
No, we should be gathering together on God's Sabbath day so that we can worship and keep the commandment that God gave us. So eventually, through our keeping of the commandments, we can go back to ruling the entire earth like we once did before.
Okay, and what do you mean by ruling the earth? Like what's in that play of ruling the earth? Like what how do you envision that? like really.
Get Revelation 2 verse 26.
That's right. Bring it out. Bring it out.
We're gonna envision it like God envisioned it.
That's right.
Because we already said that listening to man got us in the condition that we in now.
Right.
We're in servitude, right? So why you not asking questions like why we in servitude? Why we're serving? Why we're on the bottom?
Right.
From his generation to your generation, have we been on the top or the bottom?
Oh, the bottom.
Ah, you see the older man said, we've been on the bottom. So your question is, when is it going to change and how can we do something different to change it?
Right.
Only for the last 400 years.
For the last 400
Yeah,
years?
we were captured and brought over here.
Right.
Yeah. Because at one time the planet was all black.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, but what did we do to lose that?
Oh, yeah. Well, we built ships. We explored. So we went to the cold weather countries. And our body had to adjust to, instead of the sun shining 365 days of the year.
And that's how we got on the bottom?
Huh? No, that's how our skin changed after 7th generation.
No,
Now we're no longer black. We was in Europe.
No.
Yeah, we changed our
No. What book you get that from?
Huh? Because the food that we eat.
What book you get that from?
The environment that we're in.
I'm just asking you, where did you get that information from? Because when we say something, we make statements, we reference it by the Bible. Where do your reference points come from?
See, that Bible was colonized.
You see how we dropped so far for 400 years?
Yeah.
From his generation to your generation, while we still on the bottom? Because we no longer take stock and precedent in God's word. That's the system that has conformed all mind to think we no longer need what God has been telling us from day one.
Right.
Keep his commandments.
Well, at the Council of Nicaea, they camouflaged.
Which council?
They
Which council? How many councils was it?
Huh?
How many councils was it?
I know that at Council of Nicaea, it lasted 3 months though.
Listen, I didn't ask you how long it lasted. I said how many councils were there?
Right. It probably was a bunch of them.
You see,
Yeah.
all people think they got answers, but when you question them, they really don't have answers. They really don't understand what they have read. They just reading something regurgitated from somebody else and what somebody else told them. We actually read this book, and we actually know that this book is indeed a true book. Because did this happen to us? What's your name?
Eddie.
So Ellie, Mr. Ellie, did this happen to us as a nation of people? Is it documented that it was going to happen to us in the Bible before it happened to us? I mean, it predates us going into the atrocities that you're seeing on the sign. Did the Bible prophesy of our slavery?
It did mention
before our slavery came into existence? So how is it that this is not a true book? What other book can we look to that made prophecy that came true for all nations as the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans?
Good question.
I didn't say I didn't believe everything.
No. See, you gotta listen. You're an older gentleman. You gotta listen to the questions. What other book outside of this book right here prophesy or predates history that happened to us as a nation of people individually that we really don't get from this book already? What book? What other book?
It's probably just one.
What book?
There are 85,000-year-old Egyptian Book of the Dead.
The Book of the Dead.
Yeah.
And what does it say historically how we got over here?
Well, it doesn't talk about us.
It does. You see where you're going wrong at? I'm simply saying this history right here. What other book predates and give us wisdom to say, hey, you guys are going to go through these atrocities, and it happened hundreds upon thousands of years later. The Book of the Dead doesn't predict or prophesy that. This is the only book on earth that show you our history and how we got over here, and it also tells us what we have to do to get out. But you don't want to believe solely in it, and that's where the problem comes in at.
Well,
give me that in Hosea 4 verse 6.
There's only one way we can get out, though.
This is the only way.
No, there's only one way we can get out.
Get through these words.
No. All the black folks uniting together.
We did that. We did that in the 60s. We did that in the 70s. We did that. You had
Black
no. Yeah, we had the Million Man March. We had 1 million men to come together. What happened after that?
Well, it's 40 million black folks. You never had 1 million people come out there.
I understand it. But if we can't do it with 1 million, what you think? We gonna come together with 40 million? No.
That million man, that was in
But
95, though.
even after that happened, with the 1 million, name one thing positive happened from that 1 million man march coming together. I'm right with you.
Yeah, I'm
I'm with you.
Bring it out.
Meaning you can't come up with anything that happened from a positive standpoint moving forward after that 1 million man march happened.
Yeah, see,
Because our people have a lot of answers, but they are answers that's not a part of God's word.
What is a nation?
Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. Nation is unity. Nation is you.
And